Like share, how about some of you listening, share with me some examples of things you're going through right now with lack, and let me see if I can help you. If you feel free to share, and then I'll keep talking. But if anybody wants to share like a scenario, I'd be happy to help. So let's see, back to vibration. Now, the universe is listening to your vibration. So when I am, say, I just put out a bunch of money, which literally just happened. I'm sending money for my son's car and all these things that I didn't expect. So I go into meditation and I just vibrationally feel gratitude for the fact I had that money to help my son. That's the first step of being in appreciation and in a space of having. And so I'm in that vibration of feeling gratitude. And then I thank Source for the opportunities of extra abundance to flow in, because I'm saving money for things that are special, like going and running away to Bali to marry my beloved. That's pretty important. It's on my priority list. So I put that out there. There's goals I have in my career of starting my own syndicated show and really reaching out to more people, and as a healer, leading retreats and seminars. So I tune in vibrationally, and I am grateful for what I have. If I have one student show up for a workshop, I'm grateful. And then some days I have 30 people show up. But you stop caring and worrying about it and thinking there's something wrong, because that's our ego. If I have one student show up, there's usually a very powerful reason for it, and it's meant to be a one-on-one session. And so I've learned to really honor and say yes to life however it arrives. And when I go into meditation, I'm visualizing this greater mission and reaching more people. I see it as if it's already here. I vibrationally feel the excitement for what's to come. I vibrationally feel the eagerness and the gratitude for what is on its way and for what I already have. Now, when you're in that place, you vibrationally are attracting to you like a magnet, just metal shards flying in. That's what you're like vibrationally to your abundance and to your opportunities. When you're complaining and you're not meaning to cause yourself trouble, but you're complaining about the lack. You're complaining about how screwed up the government is. You're complaining about how people take advantage of you and damn it, people don't honor me. When you're doing that, not meaning to, what happens is you are repelling the good opportunities, because vibrationally you are telling the universe, life is a struggle for me, life is a struggle for me, life is a struggle for me. Life sucks, people suck, everyone sucks. And so the universe responds, says, oh, okay, so he's calling in all the people that suck, like magnets, they come in. He's calling in all the people who take advantage and don't respect, coming in. So when we catch that, we realize, oh my gosh, I just figured out the secret to the universe, because really I'm telling you it, and you might want to really pay attention, because when we shift that and we start getting into that vibration of, I'm so grateful for what I have, I am so excited and eager for what is on its way, we do not let anything externally distract us and drop in our vibration. Now you've become a master at managing your own frequency, your own vibration. So the frequency you're emitting out to the universe, you are the only one in charge of that. Nobody in the world has the power to change that unless you allow it. So let's say you're living with someone and they're complaining all the time. You have power. You can let that affect you, and you can just get frustrated and go talk about it to your friends and, I hate that nagging lady. She's always talking about crap. Or you could actually address it and say, I notice that you tend to complain a lot, and you tend to kind of want to talk about the lack. What would you say? What do you think it'd be kind of fun if we just played a little bit and like imagined how everything could be so much better? And what is it you're grateful for? And if they're just pissed at you for even saying that because they just don't want to be in a high vibration place, let them go. And I'm not joking. Like, humans, we are not meant to be attached to each other the way we have been trained to be. We attach to each other out of fear. And then when we're in attachment from fear, we feel controlled and dominated, and then therefore we let that trigger it in ourselves, and we start to want to control and dominate each other. And that is not healthy, and it's not love. And then we say, oh, it's because I love you. It's such crap. And so really, we need to start waking up and realize that actual love is freedom, and love is liberation, and love is truth. Love is honesty and kindness and compassion, and it's alignment. And when we're in that ourself, then we can truly share that with each other. And the reason you see so many couples struggling and so many relationships and families that are just terrible and so much darkness is because they're not really loving each other. They're all controlling each other. They're all trying to take each other's power and energy because they've all forgotten their connection to their true source. So if you're living in a situation like that, any of you, really take the time to meditate and get connected to your true source. And don't wait until your wife or your husband or your best friend or your sister or your child gets there. I was just writing that on my angel blog yesterday. I think yesterday I posted that so many of us, we procrastinate on our healing work. That's why I'm here, and I would love to be made use of more than I am, and I'm grateful for all that I get to help. But there's so many humans I see struggling that if they would just really come and focus and commit and dedicate their highest intention to their own alignment and their own stepping into their power, everything else would change for them. And we really have to let go of fear. We have to become fearless warriors of light, because where we are evolving to, there is no room for fear there anymore. Where we are shifting on a planet, we want, at a soul level, we want harmony, and we want peace, and we want respect, and we want compassion. And in order for us to call that forth, we have to become it. So if there's something you're wanting, think and tune into, am I embodying that myself? If you see something beautiful in nature, look at that with honor and reverence, and look at it and say, what about that is a reflection of something in myself that I'm needing to see, or some part of myself that is coming to the surface? And we will start to really understand how beautiful we are and how one we are with the universe. So again, it all comes, it all comes down to vibration. And I know that the thing that's going to cause this to take a little time, because I already feel it, is that humans are going to think it's too easy. That can't be true. That's too simple. It's got to be harder than that. Because we are so sick as a society with this belief system that everything that's of worth has to be hard, and that if we get something, we have to work hard for it. We really have an addiction to that. We have an addiction to struggle and suffering, and it needs to be hard. And then we love to celebrate that when we've struggled so hard and talk about how hard it was, and then people reward us and celebrate. And same with like the whole societal competitive energy that's coming from lack. Like, for me to be better, I have to beat your ass, and I have to be better than you. And it's really sick. If you really tune into it vibrationally, it's so not love. And so if we could tune in as a society and see, like, why do we have a tendency to do that? You know, why is it that we feel that we want to compete at that level? It's coming from fear. It is never coming from love. And if we really want to feel at ease, it's going to happen when we step in and when we start to calm our energy, when we start to feel our own ease and we call it forth. When we start to refuse to be distracted by all the negative talk, and we address things, because you all see me on this show. I don't ever, dance around subjects and don't want to talk about anything, but I also have a point and a focal point that's on a solution and the intention of awareness. So it's okay to talk about something, but not to complain needlessly and just bitch and moan and complain about the lack. That is not serving you. The victim time on our planet is come to an end, and it's because we all want it to come to an end. But we have to see our part that we're playing and how we are either participating in alignment and in empowerment, or we're participating in this role of victimization or being the victimizer, whichever way that we want to play that out, and it's not serving us. So it's time for evolution, friends. Any other questions or comments, or
Yes,
anybody flipping me off right
Doing
now?
good,
Bring it
doing
on.
good. Nobody's.
we have one from Guy again, and then there's also one from Ron. But Guy
Okay.
says, I'm having trouble letting go and letting source speak through my art. No sense of play. I feel dried out, dried up.
Okay.
Yeah,
And what I'm getting with that for Guy is that for him to spend more time with higher vibrational beings, like sacred time, more time in meditation in nature, and not even feel you need to produce anything for a little while. The thing that happens with a lot of artists is we get this pressure like, oh, I'm an artist and that's how I got to make my living. But let the universe provide for you, and really allow the universe to provide, and just take a breath and let yourself relax into trusting that the universe would love to provide for you. Sometimes we have time, space between creation, when we're in the place of, the ideation, the ideas are coming in, and then the process of creation. There's a gap there. And what I think frightens a lot of artists is that they feel they need to be constantly producing and constantly receiving financial flow. So if we look at nature, nature's an amazing teacher. If you look at nature, there's a time and a season where we plant the seeds, and then there's a process of nurturing those seeds, watering them, and we hope for them to grow, and we give them our love and our attention, and we have the expectation that there's going to be a crop come fall. And when the crop comes, we celebrate and we share it and we thrive and we have that abundance. With humans, a lot of times we forget the cycles of nature and we feel like I need to be making money every single day. And if I'm not, then I must be doing something wrong, or I need to be promoting art constantly. And if I'm not, then something's wrong. And so it's good to kind of have a way that you can find work that you do that can be stable and steady, that you enjoy, and then allow your art to come and birth from you from inspiration. Because what will cause an artist suffering more than anything is a feeling that they need to make something happen, and it starts to really disconnect them from source, because they get into this total fear. It's like writer's block, like they're blocked, and what's happening is the block is happening from themselves. They literally are pinching the hose. Source, if you're open, is inspiring you every day. If you're in a high vibration and you're out and you're just observing life, you have inspiration coming all the time. But if we're not in that space of connection and we're in fear and isolation, we really will miss that. And then we start it's like a downward spiral. So I would encourage you to really find some kind of work you can do, different seasons. Find ways that the work you do can be produced again and again. Like, for example, I may spend a lot of time making a painting, and then I can turn that painting, like I just recently made prints, and I'm making them into clocks because my fiance was making these really cool clocks. So now we're going to go to some art shows this summer, and we're going to sell the paintings that I've made as clocks. So it's something functional, it's something beautiful, and we can just get creative ideas of how you can find other ways. And then I also don't just count on those clocks selling for my well-being. I let the universe support me. So the universe may say, Tanya, you're going to be helping many clients as a healer this week. Oh, and here, the gym just called and wants you to sub a yoga class. And here comes a couple students that want to have a yoga teacher training with you. And this person would like you to come paint a mural. This is literally my life. Like, this has been my life the last couple of months. So I don't tell the universe where it has to come from. I just pay attention. And when the universe says, Tanya, we love your art. Would you like to paint a mural at Wafer Tech? And we're going to pay you $2,500. Yes, please. And so then I go and do it. And okay, that's done now. Now I get more free time. Clients start showing up. Okay, Tanya, we'd like to work with you as a healer. Can you help us to be empowered? Can you help us to be liberated and live as powerfully as you are? Yes, I can. So do you see where I'm coming from? You want to really find what moves you and what inspires you, but let the universe bring it and say yes when it comes. And when you're in a place of ease, if you're feeling lack right now and you're feeling fear, which I'm sensing you are, you want to tune in and release all that. You're in a place of rebirthing right now. And the universe is wanting you to remember